Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to attach to a running Docker container. So basically how you can get a shell on the container or log in. So on this system, we have a few containers. So Docker PS. So you can see here I have 3 up and running and I have another one that's down. So let's see here. We are going to want to, you can just use the docker attach command. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do this, but the first one, I'm just going to show you docker attach. I don't always like to do it this way, but you can say docker attach, and let's look for all right, so our Ubuntu container is amazing Feynman. So copy this, paste it in there, and basically docker attach container name, right? So hit enter, and there we are. We're logged into that container. We're now root on the container, so we can see what's there. See what processes are there, whatever else, anything you want to check out on this container, you can check it out. Browse the file system, all that stuff. You basically have a shell on the container, right? So if you want to get out of here, one thing you can do, Control C. This is doing nothing. Supposedly you're supposed to be able to kill the container like that. The other thing you can do, normally to exit, if you just want to detach from the container, you do Control P, Control Q. So you can say first Control P and then Control Q, right? So you don't go Control, so it says Control P, Control Q. That doesn't mean Control P and Q at the same time. You don't press all 3 keys. First you hold Control and press P, and then let go, and then hold Control again and press Q again. And that way, that's the escape sequence that will detach from the container. So you can attach right back like this, Control P, Control Q, and we're out. Now, another way to attach to a container or to get a shell on the container is you can just exec a bash shell. So on the same container, instead of running attach, we're going to run exec -it, and we are going to specify the bash shell. So bash, so we're going to run the bash command. We're going to exec the bash command on this container and run it like that, and there we are. We have a shell directly on the container. So we are now logged right into the container. Now from here, you don't need any special key sequences. You can just exit out of this and you're out. Now, if we were to do that, let's try that. If you just use attach instead of exec and you exit out of it, all right. So let's see what that did. Let's see, docker ps-a, and you'll notice that amazing Feynman is exited now. So when you attach to it, so for this particular container, the main thing that it was running was a bash shell. So when you attach, you're in that main application in the bash shell. So when you exit out of that basically exits out of the main application and the container completes. So it exits. So that container has exited. That's usually not what you want to do. So that's why when you attach to a container, you don't just exit out of it. You will instead use that key sequence, Control P, Control Q, and if you don't want to do that, you can exec in and run bash. And when we did that, we created another bash shell that is, it's a separate bash shell, and you can then just use the exit command to exit out of that, and it won't kill your main bash shell, which is the main program, and so it won't kill it will not kill the container. So yeah, don't use the exit command if you use the attach. If you use docker attach, don't type exit. Make sure you use the key sequences. But if you just exec in and run bash, then go ahead and use the exit command. So now if we try to attach to it, it's stopped. You can't attach to it, right? If you wanted to exec the bash, still can't do it because it's down. We could start it back up though if we wanted, and now we can get a shell on it again. Oops. So now we could attach to it. And yeah, Control B, Control Q. There we go. So let's try attaching to Nginx. Docker attach Lucid McLean. That's our Nginx container. So let's attach that guy. And you see here, we're basically just seeing the logs from the main application or from Nginx. So these are basically Nginx logs. So we're not seeing we don't have a bash shell because it's like the Ubuntu container runs a bash shell. It's just a generic Ubuntu install. So we don't get, it doesn't run, this runs a bash shell by default. See the command under the command column here is bin bash. That's what Ubuntu runs by default. But for Nginx, it has a different entry point, and it basically just runs Nginx. So we're seeing the logs for this, and we don't actually have a shell. So attaching to a container won't always give you a shell, so it's not always the best option if you want to attach and like actually log into a container. So Control P, Control Q, because we don't want to kill it yet. Now the other thing you can do is you can let's try execing into this. So let's exec into Lucid McLean, our Nginx container. So exec in there, and now we have a shell on our Nginx container. So we could troubleshoot it, configure it, test things out if you want to. So ps-ef, we can see what's running, and we do not even have the ps command because this is not like a fully featured generic container like Ubuntu. It doesn't have a ton of tools installed. So you can't do anything you want, but you can like view the files and stuff like that. So anyways, that's basically it. That's about everything I wanted to show you regarding how to attach to a running container, how to log into a container, and how to do stuff like that with Docker. All right, so hopefully you found this video useful, and you might want to give me a thumbs up. Also, you want to hit that subscribe button because we have a lot more videos like this, and we have a ton of other great tech-related content. We cover a wide variety of things, everything from like Linux to servers, hardware, software, electronics, Raspberry Pis, 3D printing, cryptocurrencies, Linux, Windows, Mac OS, all sorts of great stuff you're not going to want to miss out on. Robots, programming, coding, all that sort of great stuff. Anything DevOps or software developer related, a lot of Linux stuff. So if you don't want to miss out on that stuff and you want your YouTube feed to be all that much better, definitely hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the great content we have coming up after this. You might want to also check out some of our existing content too. Also, hit the little bell icon, otherwise YouTube won't let you know when we do come out with new videos and you don't want to miss out on those. And also leave a comment down below if you know something that I don't know, or if you have any questions, comments, criticisms, anything you want to say, not just for me but for the next person who watches this video. Definitely leave a comment down below. And that is about it for today. So as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on that next video.